Dynasties have risen and fallen. Some burnt books and destroyed libraries, but the spirit of knowledge was never lost. There were beacons of light to preserve our teachings. Carrying out the missions of the Prophet in guiding people, their status has been elevated, and their names inscribed in the books of history for eternity. More valuable than gold, they are our scholars, and the pillars upon which our understanding of faith stands. They are wonderful for a million reasons, but mostly because they can take us to the land of the ever after, the place we know as heaven.
There once lived a great scholar by the name of Shaikh Adbul Kareem Alhaeri. One day the scholar was asleep. His assistant heard a knock on the door, so he went to answer it as the sheikh was asleep. The assistant found a poor woman at the door who asked for help. She said her husband was sick and they didn't have any food, and her family was cold as they didn't have any fuel to get warmth. The assistant apologized and said the sheikh himself was ill and not in a good condition. The woman left with great disappointment. Shaikh Adbul Kareem Alhaeri had heard someone at the door, so he asked his assistant who it was, and the assistant told him about the whole incident. The sheikh then said, "What will Allah ask us on the day of judgment?" The sheikh asked the assistant to take him to the lady's house. Even though the route was difficult and the roads were covered in snow, the sheikh didn't mind, as he was determined to get to the woman's house. When the sheikh reached the lady's house, he found the family to be in a very bad state. The sheikh immediately asked his assistant to call the doctor, who diagnosed the husband and prescribed him with medicines. The sheikh told his assistant to buy the medicine and to get firewood and food to give to the family. When the sick husband took the medicine, he felt better, and when food and warmth had returned to the house, the sheikh only then left. The sheikh asked his assistant from then onwards to divide the firewood that came to his house and to give it to the poor family. How can we forget a scholar like Shaikh Hadbul, who even at a low point in his life, whilst being ill, rose to help someone in need of help? His passion and compassion will go down in history with the other scholars who too spent their life in the servitude of others. So at the end of time, when the day of resurrection approaches, and all those on earth will be subject to questioning, when God Almighty will call upon the scholar and then upon the worshipper, He will tell the worshipper to go to heaven, and He will tell the scholar to take those he or she have trained with them. And like that, even the student will be granted the everlasting reward of paradise for merely following the teachings of a great scholar.